And good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we're getting set for our sixth race of the season for the PCSRA Coca-Cola Truck Series. Getting ready for the Coca-Cola Zero Sugar 177. On the pole, Samantha Granger alongside Prudence Littlejohn, Row 2, Xmedia Contreras, and David Van Buren, who raced their way in via the non-shorter race. Here's the rest of your starting lineup. Malin Lee raced her way into this event via the non-charter race. Maribel Madrigal with a charter for the rest of the season. Phil Hooper, Tatum Wright. Lucky Prescott there. Tika Jumiaka, Zara Mirmoez. Pete Heller, who just raced his way in via the non-charter race. Stephanie Driscoll, Lauren Grubias completes the field. All right, let's get these trucks moving along. All right, to save us some entertaining purposes, I'm going to get them to turn number 3. That way we can... All right, let's get them to green. Here's the points, by the way, before I forget. There you go. I'll go over the point standings during the course of the race, and I'll go over the playoff grid for y'all. But time for the 6th race of the season. Nobody had mechanical troubles, which is good. 177 miles, 59 laps. These drivers will have to make a pit stop, and we are green! Okay, that's a great way to start the video. Or this race. But we're racing here at Coca-Cola. Sarah Costello leads the points by 78 points over Bridget Thomas. Hattie Swore third, 92 points back. Victor Gonzalez, 102 points back in fourth. Tika Jumiaka is fifth in the standings, 116 points back. Rest of the top 10 are Jessica Moore, Benny MacArthur, Erica Douglas, Lauren Grubias, and Mandy Evans. That's your top 10 of the points presented by Golden Corral. And here comes David Van Buren in the 90 truck. David Van Buren, one of 6 go-or-go homers for the weekend, raced their way into this event via the non-charter race. Of course, with Maribel Madrigal getting a charter for the rest of the season, she will be in every race, which will mean we'll have 38 charters. That means we'll have top 2 next week in the non-charter series. By the way, I'm having some Skittles. Excuse me. Everyone not in third gear just yet. See the 00 going for the lead. That's Peach Ramirez. The sun is out. The track is going to be hot and slick for these 59 laps. These drivers can go 52 laps, so they are about 7 laps short of trying to make it on fuel, as Billy Kitchens takes the lead. Billy Kitchens driving for Nathan Norman Motorsports. It's been a struggling season for him. I want to make sure this is the 6th race. I want to make sure this is 6. Okay, it is 6th race. I thought it was not the 6th race. I was like, oh shit, did I forget to do points? But I did. Okay. Sorry, I was just making sure this was race 6 for the truck series. After this race, we will have 10 more races left to go until we have our 10 drivers to battle for the championship, as Billy Kitchens led a lap. Billy Kitchens, by the way, comes to this race in that critical 30th in the points. So, as we look at our playoff grid, Annika Ritchie is going to go for the race lead. So, officially, Hattie Swore, Tika Jumiaka, April Winters, and Samantha Granger. They're inside the top 30 in points and have a win this season. So their wins would count towards a spot into the playoffs. The other one who has a win, which is Ann Santiago. The problem for her is that she failed to qualify for this race. So the chances of Ann Santiago making it into the top 30 in the point standings for that win to count towards a spot in the playoffs is not going to happen. Otherwise, that would be half of our playoff grid taken. But since she's only a go or go homer, that means we still have 4 slots already taken. Because she's a non-charter. Thomas, as Azara Miramos is going for the race lead. Victor Gonzalez, Jessica Moore, Benny MacArthur, Erica Douglas. Those 6 would get in based on points. As here comes Pete Heller in the 09. Pete Heller raced his way into this event via the non-charter race. As I look here, Pete Heller, I believe he's making his first, he's making his first start of the year. He's failed to qualify ever since he took over the 09. Comes April Winters. April Winters comes to this race 11th in the points. She has a win this season. That came at Atlanta, even though I had Annie Winters in this ride. This is his first super speedway race. She did not take part at Ricky because she was not 18 years old. Made her debut at Atlanta, went to victory lane. And is safely inside the top 30 in the point standings and safely has a chance to make the playoffs. Mandy Evans in the 58, having a very good rookie campaign for this 58 team, taking over this ride from Ricky Cervantes. Mandy Evans going to go for the race lead. Evans is 10th in the points. She's another one of those drivers that a win for her, and she's locked into the playoffs, trying to get Nissan Titan their very first win ever in the truck series, as we are still green flag racing, to my surprise. There's Tatum Wright in the 33. Tatum is 20 years old, so Tatum Wright, a full-time driver, a win for her, and she's locked into the playoffs. Prudence Littlejohn in the 29 truck. Prudence won last week in the Monster Energy Series part-time race at Golden State. That is her second win of the season in that series. Of course, she's not running for the championship over there. Prudence Littlejohn has her teammate Annie Crenshaw in the 19. Of course, Crenshaw is... Where is Crenshaw? She is 44th in the points. She's actually tied with Brian Gomez, but she will pass Brian Gomez and also will pass Ann Santiago because Santiago failed to qualify. Brian Gomez is not racing in the truck series because he is a Monster Energy Series driver. Prudence Littlejohn comes in this race 21st in points. She has one top 10 this season. She has yet to score her first top 5 of the year. Carla Sinat right there. There's Jessica Moore. Carla 26 in the points. Jessica Moore, one of the drivers who owns a playoff spot on the playoff grid as things stand. Jessica Moore 6th in the points. That's Bridget Thomas up there on the high side. She comes in this race 2nd in the points. And where's the points leader, you ask? Coming up to that inside. That's Sarah Costello driving for Dana Voles Racing. Everybody has never raced at Coca-Cola before, as far as in others. None of these drivers actually, or let me rephrase that before I start screwing up. Nobody in this field has raced here at Coca-Cola before, with the exception of Prudence Littlejohn, Sean Art, and Annie Winters. You will see Annie Winters and the other drivers in tomorrow's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. But with the exception of Prudence Littlejohn and Sean Art, none of these drivers have ever raced here at Coca-Cola before. Unless you took part in the Divas Series, then that's a different story. Like Tatum's raced here at Coca-Cola before in the Divas Series. Littlejohn raced here in the Monster Energy Series. So did Sean Art. Speaking of Sean, his little sister Jessie coming up the inside. So there you go. Toyota is coming up here. I see a couple of Toyotas. A couple out of Kyle Busch Motorsports, one out of Thor Sport, and one out of Red Horse Racing. As Jesse Art's going to go for the race lead. Jesse is 15th in the points. Jesse Art wins. She's locked into the playoffs. Patrick Combs in the 51 truck. Patrick Combs comes into this race. Where is Patrick Combs? Patrick Combs, wow, he is 37th in points. He comes in this race as one of the drivers down there in the danger zone of losing his charter for next season. Chloe Carmichael is going to go for the race lead. Carmichael, 23rd in points. She is going to also be racing in the Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series races later on this weekend. Because Chloe Carmichael will not be in the Truck Series or in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series next season due to the fact she will be staying up in the Monster Energy Series. Of course, she drives the 54 truck here in the Truck Series. She drives the number 2 for Richard Childress Racing in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series and drives the 53 Buick for Turner Buick Racing in the Monster Energy Series. As Jesse Art's going to go for the race lead. This is also a case where on super speedways, the drivers who are like the underdogs that have been struggling in points, like Patrick Combs, Sean Art, I could throw his name in the conversation, Ashton Ingersoll in the 68. Throw those drivers into the conversation. Now, speaking of the non-charter, speaking of the charter drivers, as we're still green flag racing. Coming into this race, if you take out the drivers that are in the Foster Series, like Sean Art, Greg Rutz, those drivers I don't count. I also would count out Carla Sinat in this conversation as well. And Jesse Art and Tatum. I would also add Tatum to the list. Of course, Tatum's going to be racing in the Foster Series next season due to the fact she is over 18. Her sister, Ashton, is not 18 yet. Ashton was born in... I'm going to have to look here. It is 2023. I think Ashton was born around 2000 and I think 2007, I want to say, 2007, 2008, somewhere around that area. But she's like not 18. So, there you go. I know Tatum for a long time. So. Jesse and Sean going for the lead. Now, back to what I was talking about. Because I'm getting ready to get my water filled up. As things stand, as far as the drivers that have charters for next season, Sean Art, like said, I'm going to take his name out of the conversation. So I need to turn the volume down because it's too loud and the game's talking over me. Okay. As things stand, the drivers who are in danger of losing their charters for next season. We're on race number 6 as Sean led a lap. So Sean and Jesse have led a lap this season. Hopefully having better luck than what they had at Ricky earlier this year. So as things stand, the 5 drivers that come in this race in the danger zone that are not Foster Series drivers. They are Patrick Combs, who's 37th in points. Gretchen Mueller, I'm exempting her and Lucky Prescott due to the fact that those two will get to keep their charters for next season because they did not run the full season. So I'm exempting, of course, Greg Rutz, I'm exempt. Oh my goodness, Gretchen Mueller went for a wild ride. Caution is out. Holy cows. April Winters will lead us back to the line, but back to what I was saying. Ashton Ingersoll, Billy Kitchen, Stephanie Driscoll, and Jimmy Baker. Those 5 are in the danger zone as the caution is out for the first time today. Gretchen Mueller's all torn up. Xmandia Contreras, who raced her way in via the non-charter race. Malin Lee, oh, that's a shame. Malin had a great race going at Darlington a couple of weeks ago. Got a top 10. And she's got some damage. Jimmy Baker, that's one of the drivers I was just talking about that's in the danger zone of losing his charter for next season. Or possibly losing his charter. A lot of damage to that young motorsports truck. Oh, whoa. Patrick Combs got spun around. What? Oh. Male abuse for Xmandia Contreras. Somebody is smoking. As I got something on my leg for some reason. Oh, Chloe Carmichael's got damage. Guess we had a little stack up under the yellow. Billy Kitchens has got damage. That's not what Billy Kitchens needs. He's a driver that's in the danger zone of losing his charter for next season. As I don't know what on Bloody Earth we're doing. Charlie Silver's involved. A lot of damage. He's missing a left front fender on his Toyota Tundra. And we're going to make some pit stops. We're going to have to put a red flag because I got to fill up my water real quickly. And then we'll look back at a replay to see what happened as I knocked over my cup. And Toby's screaming, that's good, and I'm going to slap it. Alright, caution is out. Sorry about that. I was getting ready to fill up my water. But since we had a yellow, I had to wait until pit stop, so I had to pause the race. So let's take a look at the replay here. First truck I in the air was the 25 of Gretchen Mueller. Oh, it got second in points. That's Bridget Thomas. Oh, boy, this is going to shake up the points. Okay, where did this get? They were 4 wide. That's Ashley Horton, Bridget Thomas, Pete Ramirez. They got 4 wide, or the 18 just pushed up the track and got into the 57. That's exactly what happened. Annika Ritchie involved, but wow, look at that 25 get launched in the air. Someone launched the O2 up in the air. Thank goodness that truck came down. Oh, Granger, piece of it. Samantha Granger, our winner from Ricky. I don't see the points leader unless the points leader was ahead. Let's check. Yeah, the points leader got through it. Second in points did not. So that's what happened there. A lot of trucks involved. But then, what happens here to the 51? This is what I can't figure out. Oh, he ran the back. Who was that he ran the back? Hattie Swore got hit by Rita Seagrid. Patrick Combs runs into Ashley Horton. That's female abuse. Carla Sinat comes flying through there. Doesn't use the brakes. Annika Ritchie did the same. Annika Ritchie trying to spin Carla for some reason. And then Patrick Combs, I don't know what on bloody earth he was thinking, not paying any attention whatsoever. I mean, good grief. Yellow's out, y'all. Slow down. And Charlie smokes up and damage. There's how Granger got a piece of... Granger got damage from Chloe Carmichael. Billy Kitchens. Phil Hooper raced his way in. Exmedia Contreras committed male abuse. I bet you Patrick Combs is going to be asked to see the stewards after this one, because that was kind of ridiculous. He couldn't slow down. So these drivers are going to make their pit stops here on lap 18. Surprisingly, we went that far before the yellow. Patrick Combs has been asked to see the officials in the big red truck for a discussion. Carla Sinat out of the race. No doubt, I bet they wanted to see her in the big red truck after this race. Bet you Sarah Castell is breathing a sigh of relief thinking, man, I got through the big one. So we're going to go back to green flag racing. As we are going to go back to green. April Winter's the leader. Justin Hugo second. His teammate Annie Crenshaw in third. Sean Hart fourth. Exar Amir was in fifth. Tatum Wright sixth. Stephanie Driscoll seventh. Eighth Jesse Art. Ninth Heather Gallant. Mandy Evans complete the top 10. Drivers out, and there are 10 of them out of this race. They are Carla Sinat, who's been called to the big red truck, along with Patrick Combs. Charlie Silver, who was an innocent bystander. Chloe Carmichael, who has also been asked to see the officials in the big red truck as the green flag's back in the air. Pete Ramirez, Exmedia Contreras, tough break for her, finishing 38. She's also been asked to see the officials in the big red truck for a discussion. The 0-2 of Jimmy Baker, that's not what he needed. Billy Kitchens, Phil Hooper's out of the race. Tough break for him, finishing in 41st. And Gretchen Miller out of the race in 42nd. That's going to hurt Gretchen Miller because she's also a driver who is exempt, but this was not the result she wanted. Jessica Moore's got some problem, unless she has some damage to her truck. Man, oh man. Most notable out of the drivers that are out of the race. Actually, Bridget Thomas has continued on, but she's got some damage to her 18. And that's a driver, by the way, who came in second in points. The gal she was trying to run down for the points leader, for the points lead, that was Sarah Costello. She survived the big one somehow, so there you go. Lead change. It is Annie Crenshaw. And here's something interesting. Annie Crenshaw has not raced on the restrictor plate due to, like April Winters, not turning 18. Ari Springer had a best finish of 24th. Of course, Annie Crenshaw is 44th in the points. She needs a win and get in the top 30 in the points if she wants to battle for the championship. Because like I said, she's the only... She has a playoff waiver, Annie Crenshaw and April Winters, but April Winters has been the victory lane this season. Jessie Art, 15th in points, a win for Jessie Art, and she's in the playoffs. Here comes Lauren Grubias. We talked about Erica Douglas, who's got a playoff spot. Well, if Lauren Grubias goes to victory lane, she could have her name in the conversation of making it into the playoffs. Pete Heller going to take the lead. Even if Pete Heller goes to victory lane, like Ann Santiago last time out at Darlington 2 weeks ago, it would not be enough for Pete Heller to get him to, even if he wins today, it would not be enough for him to get in the top 30 in points for that victory to count towards a spot in the playoffs. So he's just out there trying to find victory lane as many times as he possibly can. I also saw third in points, Hattie Swart. She's in this lead pack at the rear of the field of this lead pack. As Riley Roblier going for the race lead. Riley comes into this race 17th in points. He's had 2 top 10s so far this season for this 13 truck out of Thor Sport. Of course, these drivers have recently pitted. They're going to be close on trying to make it on fuel. I mean, really going to be close. There's Ashley Horton. That's not what Ashley needed. 27th in points. Well, the good thing is she's going to bypass some drivers that have already dropped out of the race, but this is not the run she would have liked. I do apologize if there's some music playing in the background because I could get copyrighted, and then I'm going to be really pissed off. Man, ask Steven to turn it down, please, so I don't get copyrighted, but does he care? No. Victor Gonzalez comes in this race 4th in the points. Of course, he is ahead of Bridget Thomas, Hattie Swar, and Sarah Costello. He could possibly take the points lead heading into next week. I really don't want to be copyrighted. Next week, we go to Iowa Speedway. Next week, we'll have all 3 series, but in 2 different venues. There we go. Steven just turned it down so I don't get copyrighted. Unless the TV just blew up. Yellow's out. Somebody has crashed. Oh, Tatum Wright, Pete Heller. Annie Crenshaw got a piece of it. We're now racing it back to the line. Drag race for the lead. Will it be Gonzalez or Riley Roblier? It's going to be Victor Gonzalez. And I believe the points leader... Yep, points leader got through it. So did Hattie Swar. Let's slow down here. 2 of the 3 drivers in the points are DVR trucks. Everybody's slowing down. We had a problem where, whoa, Grubias ran it back to Annie Crenshaw. Slow down, nope, never mind. Oh no, and Lucky Prescott got rear-ended. Oh, Pete Heller doesn't slow down. Oh no, Bridget Thomas has crashed. Because drivers can't slow down. Annika Ritchie's got more damage. Come on, guys, slow down. Now Annika Ritchie's got more damage. Why these drivers cannot use the brake pedal and want to come flying in there like a bull in a china shop is beyond me. We're, by the way, past the halfway point in this race. Well, 4 wide got interesting. Let's see. Ooh, I think Lucky got tight and she pushed up into Tatum. That put Mirabel Madrigal up into the wall. I believe the 19 got a slight piece of it. Lauren Grubius, I don't think, got a piece of it. There's a little bit of damage to the draw tight Ford F-Series. And these drivers making more pit stops. I'm not interested in looking at the replay of the stack up. I just don't know why they just cannot slow down. It just makes no sense. Annika Ritchie out of the race and more than likely off to the big red truck for not using her damn brake pedal. I mean, good grief. Looks like Azar is going to lead us back to the green. Ashley Horton stayed out, so she is going to be... I think she's on the 10 lead lap. Jessica Moore's a lap down. I think she got involved in a pit lane incident we missed as I hit the wrong button. Let me confirm that. Ashley Horton, 57-57. Yeah, she's leading the race. But I don't know how up to speed she's going to be on this restart, though. I'm going to check her truck to see if there's any damage. She's got a little hood buckle, but I don't think it's going to really affect her. But aerodynamics mean a lot, and she got her 5 points, so she's probably going to be all right. And Annika Ritchie out of the race and off to the big red truck she goes. 29 laps of racing to go. We're back to green. Pretty soon they're going to probably bypass the 57. Yeah. Ashley Horn's got some damage and her truck is off the pace, so she's probably going to get passed by these drivers here. I'm kind of not surprised, and to be fair to Ashley Horn, there's nothing she can really do. She's just trying to go for the best finish she can. Pete Heller, by the way, has been asked to see the officials after the race for not using using his brakes, rather. So that's going to turn, Jessica Moore's not on the lead lap. That's going to turn the race lead over to Riley Roblier. Don't know if Erica's got any damage. No, she's off the pace. I think Erica's playing it smart here. She's lost the lead draft, so the only hope she's going to hope for is if we get a bigger wreck, then maybe, just maybe, she can try to get up here and have a contention in this finish. Appreciate Steven turning the TV down so I don't get copyrighted. Or Toby's going to scream, "That's good," and I'm glad he got copyrighted. I told my roommates, do not put any trash on my new car when I get my new car, or else they will regret it. But do they care? No. There's the points leader, Sarah Costello. Three-way with Samantha Granger and Maribel Madrigal. I think she's lost the lead draft. She has. The good news is the gal that tried to run her down for the points lead is not doing any better. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not done with cautions here today. As Rita Sigrid There's April Winters. There's another driver who really needs a good run, Heather Gallant. 22nd in points. Her husband, Shane Lake, did not make the race. Chico Jumiaka is about to lose the leaders. And that's Benny MacArthur's already lost the draft. Sarah Casella trying to keep the points lead intact heading into next week. Next week, we're heading to the short track of Iowa Speedway. Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will be at Iowa Speedway. Monster Energy will not be at Iowa Speedway next week. They're heading to their first dirt race of the season at the Dirt Mile of Springfield, which I'm definitely looking forward to calling Springfield for the first time. And division racing, may I point out. April Winters currently the leader. Her sister Annie Winters on the pit box. As I said, you will see Annie Winters and the other drivers in tomorrow's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. Second, open up my pop. Again, my second pop. It is my last pop I'm drinking, and then I'm switching back to water. I got air pressure going on here in the booth. April Winters trying to go to victory lane for the second time in her career and of the season. Of course, April Winters running in 11th in points, trying to get herself into the top 10 in the points. Of course, she already is locked in the playoffs, so with her running up here inside the top 15, she's trying to get her, trying to stay in the top 15, but she is, like I said, high enough in points to have a playoff spot. Rita Sigrid took the lead. But here comes Heather Gallant. Here comes Hattie Swore in the 74. We under caution? No, we're not. Okay. Oh, yep. Never mind. We are under caution. Oh, it's Riley Roublier, Lauren Grubiez. One of the drivers trying to get into the playoffs. We are under caution for the third time today as we're racing it back to the line. That is a disappointment for Riley Roublier, Lauren Grubiez. This is good news for Erica Douglas because now she can catch right back up. Oh, they're crashing under the yellow. That's Little John. Oh, please slow down. Nope, they didn't slow down. Oh, Sarah Costello. Oh, no, Sarah Costello just crashed. David Van Buren. Tico is stuck. He can't get it refired. What on bloody earth are we doing, Yang? David Van Buren, just stop right there and they'll teleport you to pit road. Tico Jumiaka is torn up. Well, now the points leader's got some damage. Whoa, Lucky Prescott, what are you doing there, sister? Maribel Madrigal's got damage. Benny MacArthur's got damage. Can we please slow down for the third time today? Good grief. These drivers just don't know the sentence. Slow the flip down. You're not doing yourselves any favors by running in the back of people. Unfortunately, Lauren Grubius got caught up in somebody else's BS. Let's see. Who is that just put the 90 truck in the wall? I couldn't tell. I think that was one of the Smart Motorsports. That's Justin Hugo. Wonder if that was Annie Crenshaw. I couldn't tell which Cody Smart truck that was up in the wall. Let's go to that helicopter view, see what happened. Yep, that was Crenshaw. Nice motivational tutor as I was trying to... Yep, that was Crenshaw. Thank you. As I was going to say, I think Crenshaw's truck got tight on her, and I can't fault Annie Crenshaw for that, but as I was trying to say, I can't fault Annie Crenshaw for her truck getting tight and just nowhere for the 6 truck to go. There she is, right in the side of the 13. But then what happened up here is what I can't figure out. Someone spun Prudence Littlejohn, and she got turned off the nose from, I think it was one of the Art family members. Let's see. Let's go to 29. She got turned by somebody. I couldn't tell who it was. Let's see. So we're coming back to the yellow, yes. Let's see. Okay, now they're slowing down. I think the 40 and the 40 and the 17 made contact, and they spun not just Prudence Littlejohn, but also spun Sean Art. So that's male abuse for the 2 female drivers who just wrecked Sean Art, but Sean saved it. But then I don't know what these 2 idiots were doing, just not slowing down. Guys, slow down. Tico Jumiaka runs in the back of Pete Heller. Hugo runs in the back of Tico Jumiaka, and the rest of the BS seesaw begins. Yeah, Casella should have slowed down, but didn't. Benny Crenshaw, Maribel Madrigal, Samantha Granger did a good job missing it. I just don't know what is going through these drivers' mind. It's not that difficult to slow down. Now they're out of the race because of their stupidity, and not only that, some drivers took them out of good contention. So now the points leader's been damaged. Second in points has been involved in a wreck today. And we got Heather Gallant, now our race leader, as we're coming back to the green flag here. Out of the race, 24:05, 37.6 are out of the race. That's going to hurt Grubius because she was 9th in points. So like I said, this is going to be a point shakeup heading into next week's race. And we understand from the officials, they will look at the incident between the 40 and the 17. I just don't know if the 40 and 17, I don't think gave each other enough room. Regardless, they both committed male abuse on Sean Art, and poor Prudence Littlejohn was an innocent victim, but she's still 5th. So all hope for Prudence Littlejohn is not lost in this. But I doubt Prudence Littlejohn's going to be happy with Jessica Moore and Azara Mirmoez, and they have just called those 2 to the big red truck for a little discussion. I mean, I understand Jessica Moore's a lap down, and Azar, is on the lead lap. I understand that, but they had no business causing a wreck under the yellow and making it bigger than the wreck that caused the caution, for goodness sake. Because Sean's probably not going to be happy with the 40 and the 17 trucks. Neither is Littlejohn. Bet you Bill Littlejohn's not going to be happy, and he's probably going to go run over the father of Jessica Moore in about 5 seconds. That also is not going to sit well with Cody Smart. because Lil Jon's driving for Smart Motorsports. Haven't talked much about this. Oh, we got a crash. Well, never mind. I was going to talk about Makara Mirmoez till that happened, but the big one strikes Douglas upside down. Little John, Annie Crenshaw, Makara Mirmoez, who was having a good run, Victor Gonzalez, Stephanie Driscoll, Ashton Ingersoll, Mandy Evans involved. Damn it, I was getting ready to talk about how a good run that 14 truck was, and the yellow flag reared its ugly head again. Lucky Prescott, a lot of damage to her Allegiant Chevrolet. Mandy Evans involved. There's Makara. I was getting ready to talk about Makara Mirmoez, how good she's been doing so far in this race, how she's surviving. She's got some right side damage on her 14. Don't think the damage isn't too bad. I think the points leader got through it again. Oh, Pete Heller just caused another damn incident. And driver's backing up under yellow, and it's getting really annoying. Now Pete Heller has a snot load of damage to his truck. Let's see what happened here. I was getting ready to talk about how good of a run Makara Mirmoez is having in this race until that happened, so technically I should say that would be commentator's curse, but to be fair, I was getting ready to say something before that wreck happened, so you can't fault me for that little deal. Now, let's see what happened. Did we have a goddamn lap car cause this bullshit? Let's see. Or did some drivers not give each other enough room? Looks like... I don't know. Oh, yep. There it is. Yeah, Ashton came up, got in the 74 of Hattie Swore. Don't know if Hattie hit anything. No, she did not. Wow. Hattie, you are one lucky young lady. Everybody else not so fortunate. Riley Roblier took it way down the grass. They might have to check the splitter on his truck. Erica Douglas went flying. Our fourth caution of the day. I think her spotter tried to get low. The problem is she hit that apron, and then Lucky Prescott was there and just sent the Charleston Restaurant Chevrolet upside down. Fortunately, it landed on its wheels. Only a couple of rolls for Erica. Lucky Prescott, tough break for her. Ashley Horton, this is good for her because she's picking up spots. Same with Sarah Costello, nearly hit her teammate. Bad day goes worse for a number of key contenders. At least Erica is okay. Her truck not so fortunate. And that might have just been the big one, ladies and gentlemen. David Van Buren got caught up. Ashley Horton's out of the race. Looks like probably ran the back of somebody under the yellow, so tough break for her. Oh, boy. Yep. Oh, Bridget Thomas is out of the race. That's second in points. Pete Heller has been called to the big red truck for slamming in the back of somebody under the yellow, which I saw that live. Mandy Evans, Erica Douglas, Lucky Prescott, Tico Jumiaka, Benny MacArthur, all the other drivers out of the race. We're back to green. Well, folks, get ready for a point shakeup because this race really took its toll. And I'm surprised Hattie Swore did not get any damage on her 74 truck, to be quite honest with you, because I don't know how she saved it. She's lucky she didn't get any damage out of that, and she got away with it. Hattie Swore, you got away with it, young lady. I'm glad you held the brake. Nobody hit you. Get 4 fresh tires. Try again. So, Hattie Swore absolutely dodged a bullet in that ordeal. Well, even if Hattie didn't have a good run, at least she can ill afford a bad finish. And now Jessica Moore being an annoying back marker. April Winter, sorry. Currently still your leader. Sean Hart, after getting involved in the incident coming back to the caution through no fault of his own, still up here in the top 5. So even if Sean Hart's got damage, he's still in the top 5. That's incredible, Daryl. Azara Mirmoez in the 40 truck. As Sarah Costello and Annie Crenshaw really badly damaged. Riley Roblier. There's Makara Mirmoez. She did get her damage repaired. Prudence Littlejohn, I doubt she's going to be a happy camper. I don't blame her for being upset. How on earth is Maylin Lee still in the top 10 after all the issues she's been in? Good grief. Maylin Lee, you're making Hannah Blue Jay look good. Of course, Hannah Blue Jay and Maylin Lee both live in the Toronto area, and you will see Hannah Blue Jay in the Monster Energy race. Of course, all the Monster Energy Series drivers are here at the track. Hannah Blue Jay's up in the grandstand signing autographs to the to all the Cody Smart fans. Of course, they went to victory lane last week with Jacob Tutu in the Monster Energy Series. Jacob Tutu ended a very, very long drought. And I asked Lauren Ekstrom, you know, after that race weekend, because, you know, because what I always do is I always go down to the dressing room, because the girls have finished taking a shower, and I go talk to the gentleman in the Monster Energy dressing room, and they got done with their shower, and I asked Lauren, I asked her, how's it feel to lit a fire in Jacob after the struggling start to the year for Jacob, after being outshouted by you, Barrett, and Ebonia Mirwood? She said, I had to get Jacob motivated because, you know, I haven't been impressed with Jacob Tutu this season, and, you know, I needed him to get it together, and, you know, he proved me wrong, and, you know, I'm glad he got BMW in the victory lane, and, you know, that's really the thing, because, like I said, Jacob Tutu has had he's had what I call the Timmy Turner of curse. You know, like I said, I mean, before last week's win, you want to know the last time Jacob Tutu went to victory lane? Jacob Tutu had not been to victory lane since Los Angeles of 2012. You think about this. Betty Barrett, before last year winning at Indianapolis, her last win was 2012 at Bristol, of all people. And Barrett snapped her losing drought last year. So it's like, you know, I talked about this in the Monster Energy Series. You have drivers who are on very, very, very long winless droughts, and all of a sudden, they're back in victory lane, just like that. That's really crazy, if you ask me. David Van Buren not on the lead lap. He is 2 laps down, but just trying to finish what he can out of this race. Sarah Costello, last truck on the lead lap in 17. 17 trucks on the lead lap. 21 in the race, and the rest of the field are in the garage area. April Winters trying to become the first repeat winner this season. Of course, we've had 5 races, 5 different winners. Even if April Winters couldn't get a win in Atlanta, she could have tried to win it here and try to get herself into the playoffs. Number of these drivers like Sean Art, who's struggling in points. Jessica Moore trying to pass Sean Art, but that's not for position. If Sean goes to victory lane, he would try to get himself into the top 30 in points. As we are inside of 5 to go, 4 to go this time by. I can't believe with a damaged truck, Sean Art is running second. That's a bro moment. Sean was a total of, as Jessica Moore's trying to pass Sean Art, but like I said, that's not for position because the 17's off the lead lap and just being an annoying back marker, if you know what I mean. Sean was a total of 57 points back of 30th in the standing. Or I'm sorry, 57 points back of 30th in the standings. And remember, Sean Art has been to victory lane in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. He's trying to go to victory lane in the Truck Series. And if Sean goes to victory lane, he would do something only a few people have done. Have a win in all 3 series. Sean is a former Monster Energy Series winner. He won in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series a few weeks ago at Martinsville. And now he's trying to do something that's never been done, try to go to victory lane in all 3 series. Of course, he's yet to go to victory lane this season in Monster. But he's had a win in his career in Monster. He has a win in his got a win in his career in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. He's trying to go to victory lane and try to get a spot into the playoffs in the Truck Series. 3 laps to go. April Winters goes to victory lane. She might have just locked herself confirmingly a spot into the playoffs if she wins this race. But don't count out Azar Amirmoez. Azar has been racing in the Truck Series for a long time. Pretty soon, sooner or later, she will try to go up into the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, or dip her feet into the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, I should say. Because if April Winters goes to victory lane, she's a 2-time winner this season and our first repeat winner this season. And she would take the number 1 seed going into the reformatted playoff points. Sean Art and Azar Amirmoez, however, they're just trying to lock themselves a spot into the playoffs. That 38 truck has been very impressive this season. Two to go. Victor Gonzalez, remember, he was involved in our big one under that last yellow. He's back up here inside the top 10. I think. Or no, I'm sorry, he's a lap down. I apologize. He's a lap down. There goes Azar Amirmoez. David Van Buren trying to pass Azar, but that's not for position, as I said. And David Van Buren is dropping back because Heather Gallant, just bypassed him. Gallant, another driver, a win for her, and she's locked into the playoffs. Gallant, as I said, 22nd in points as we're coming to the white flag. One more lap to go here in the truck race. April Winters back to the lead. Here's an interesting stat. I'm having a candy bar. April Winters is driving a candy car. Here comes Azar. Can Winters get down? No is the answer. Here we come off turn 4. It's going to be one of those Coca-Cola photo finishes. April Winters, Azar Mirmoez. Who's going to get it? It looks like April Winters will win at Coca-Cola. Second career win for April Winters. Of course, remember, Annie Winters went to victory lane. But she was only scoring points for April Winters. Now, April Winters might have just confirmed herself a spot into the playoffs for the Coca-Cola Truck Series. And whether he's going to be disappointed about not winning this race or not, Sean Hart, that is a well-needed run. And as I said, the super speedways cater to the underdogs who are struggling in points. While Sean Hart was struggling in points, that is a well-needed run for that team. They have not had a good season so far. And this second place for Sean is absolutely what the doctor ordered. And April Winters might close in the gap on Sarah Costello, but Sarah Costello will keep the rookie points lead heading into next week. Azar Mirwes comes home in third. Good run for Heather Gallant. This is deja vu. In the Buffalo Wild Wings series, Sean and Jesse got a top 10. Jesse got 5th. And Jesse was only 15th in points, so good job for Jesse Hart. Ashton Ingersoll will settle for 6th. Justin Hugo 7th. Hattie Swore, well-needed run. I believe Hattie Swore might have just taken the points lead because she finished ahead of her rivals in the standings. Could be a DVR 1-2 in points. Rita Seagren 9th, and Prudence Littlejohn, despite getting spun out and getting involved in an incident in the last yellow, how she finished 10th is beyond me, but she'll definitely take it. Great run for Malin Lee. Go or go homer. Second top. Nice result from her. Samantha Granger, Tatum Wright, Makara Mirmoez. That's still a well-needed run for Makara. If you know what I mean, then it's Annie Crenshaw, Sarah Costello, who no doubt will more than likely either lose the points lead or keep the points lead heading into next week. Jessica Victor Gonzalez, Stephanie Driscoll, and David Van Buren were the last trucks to finish on the lead lap, or off the lead lap, but finished the race. Everybody else finished out of the race in the process. Well, Coca-Cola definitely played its part and shaking up the points, but also for April Winters, she becomes our first repeat winner here in the Truck Series. So it could be possible we have a repeat winner in Monster and Buffalo Wild Wings Series later on this weekend, but we will have to wait and see. Thank you all for tuning in to today's race. If you enjoyed today's race, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We have shown you your full finisher results all the way down to 42nd. There they are one more time. You will see your rookie points and your updated point standings at the beginning of our pre-race show next week from the Iowa Speedway. We will have, next week, all 3 series will be racing, but we'll be in 2 different locations. Our trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will be heading to the Midwest of Iowa, the corn state of Iowa. We'll be at Iowa Speedway, Newton, Iowa. Where is Monster going to be? They'll be in the neighboring state of Illinois at the Springfield Mile. They're going to go dirt racing for the first time ever in that series history. And with 4 different winners, that's going to make things a little bit more crazier, if you know what I mean. And then the following week, the trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings will be at Pikes Peak. Monster Energy will be at the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway. But before we get to all that, we still got to cap off our Coca-Cola weekend with trucks, or not with trucks, excuse me, with Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series. I'm getting ahead of myself there, Boyles. Good job. Buffalo Wild Wings Monster Energy Series still have their race weekend to go here at Coca-Cola. Hope you will tune in for those races. Join the PCSRA Discord. Link is down in the description. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Till then, I'm Medina Boyles signing off. And you have been watching another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best center racing around the world since 2017. Congratulations to April Winters, and so long from Coca-Cola Superspeedway.